All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for all for tuning in. I am Shua Legra, the founder of Grace and Hope Consulting. I am a best-selling author, publisher, speaker, consultant, counselor, life coach. I wear many hats, but with everything that I do, my goal is to help people achieve mental and emotional wellness, reach their full potential, and live fulfilling lives. And I'm doing this author series. If you have, so it's a series of interviews of authors, being people that I've had the privilege to collaborate with in one way or another in the writing journey. And so today I have my very good friend Rebecca with me, and I'll let her just introduce herself, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hi, great. Thank you so much for having me. This is like I think my second author interview with you, and I just love it. So
Nice.
thank you. My name is Rebecca Voros, and I live in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Chu and I were just talking about the weather and where she is. It's cloudy and kind of gray and depressing, and I have this beautiful blue
Yeah.
sky looking out at the mountains of BC. So I feel very blessed to live here. I am a wellness and vitality coach. I deal with primarily women in their 30s and 40s, and I help them heal their relationship pretty much with themselves, like with their
Mhm.
bodies, with their minds, with their hearts, with their
Mhm.
um, spirits. Like if like women don't really get to adulthood without having some scars of one way or the
Mhm.
other. So I love to help them move past that and live their real best, most vibrant life. So yeah, that's
Awesome.
what I do.
Awesome. So a little bit about how you got into writing.
Oh, this has been a passion of mine forever. Like I have
Mhm.
kept a journal since I was probably 8 years old, and I've pretty much written continuously in journals since
Mhm.
then. I like to think that if I was in a past life, like in the medieval times, I would have been like a scribe and like someone that just recorded like births
Mm.
and deaths and weddings and like just the history of like my village,
Yeah.
because that's I just love to write and like the written word, and it's just so powerful to me. So
Mhm.
yeah, and my first formal written project was with you. So thank you so much
Yes.
for that
Yes.
opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. My joy. Yeah, it's been a fun ride. We collaborate on We All Belong, musings on inclusion, acceptance, and kindness. So
Yes.
yeah, and you wrote a beautiful chapter about growing up without diversity and how you are changing that. You know how you're making an impact in your community, although you didn't have that. While you're growing up. So that's really cool, just to see how instead of taking something that people consider as um, a disadvantage per se. You're like, no, I can turn this around and make things better for generations to come. So thank you for being part of that project.
Thank you. I'm hoping that it will make a difference. So
I know it's already making a difference because we had people reaching out, people who ordered the book or who read it in advance, saying how, the stories are touching them and it's inspiring others. So, yeah.
perfect. Yay, that was our intention.
Yep. Yeah. So when you do write, like, how do you get in the flow? Like, where do you find your inspiration for your writing?
Oh, well, with your book specifically, I really just like tapped into my personal experiences and coupled that with what I thought people would like to hear.
Mhm.
Um, because I and that's really what inspired me in that particular way, was just getting quiet and really just thinking about what I wanted, what my message wanted to be, what I wanted my message to be, and just kind of started from that point. And then
Mhm.
once I start writing, it actually just flows really, really quickly. It's like I just do that little bit of prep, internal work, and then it just spews out of me.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. So do you mostly, and even outside of this book, some of the things that you've written yourself that I know this was your first published work, but you've been writing, but most of the
Mhm.
time, would you say that you often focus on nonfiction then? The all point like lived experiences.
Yes, definitely. Pretty much everything I write, from like my daily journal to like my gratitude to articles
Mm-hmm.
about what I'm doing in my local paper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of the articles and exercises and worksheets and everything that I do for my business, everything
Yeah.
that I publish from that is yeah, that's my process. So, and it's
Awesome.
definitely
Awesome.
nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
love reading fiction. Oh, I love fiction so much, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would ever try my hand at writing stories.
I'm exactly the same way. So, and that's why when you said, no, when you start writing, it just gushes out of you. I'm like, it has to be nonfiction because that's the same feeling that I have when I'm writing. And I don't know, just like you, I don't know if I could ever write fiction. Like I make up stories for my kids. My boys are 6 and 8, so bedtime story. They say, "Mom, tell us a story." I'm like, "Can we just read a book?" No, make up a story, and I can make up something like that on the fly. But I can't see myself, it doesn't come natural to me to sit down and like come up with a plot and pull like characters, and that's not me. It's like I'm more
Oh,
your nonfiction girl, like lived experiences, what we learn from, and then I'm like just like you pulling my coaching
yep.
skills into that, so that give people tools for success in their own lives.
Yes, exactly. I just have such a huge appreciation for fiction writers
Yeah,
because
that was.
they just it just flows from them, like the
Mhm,
stories and the visuals and the characters and the themes. And I'm just like, my
mhm.
brain, I love reading it, but I don't think my brain would work that way to create it. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally agree. I totally, totally respect them as well. And I kind of know my lane. And I think that's the thing with anything we do in life, not just writing. It's, if we try to do it all just because someone else is doing it, we will fail at it and we will struggle through it. But if we know we know our strengths and kind of
yes,
focus on that, we all do it. We do ourselves is no, we do ourselves in a service, and also it benefits the world because we're serving from our place of strength rather than our weaknesses.
that's what I was going to say. Know your strengths. Like it would just frustrate me, and just I don't know if I would be able to do it if I really tried to do something that didn't just come naturally and easily. Not that I don't like struggle sometimes with how to say things or how I want to get things across,
Yeah,
but coming up with a story from my imagination, no, that's not my strength. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I totally get that. So then, right now, like, what are your current writing goals?
Oh, well, I would love to collaborate on another book with you. So I know that
Yay.
you always have amazing projects with incredible themes.
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime you ever want another author from Canada, just look me up.
Yep,
And
yep.
as far as current ones right now, I always am putting out content for my coaching and for my
Mm-hmm.
clients. And I don't have another project, like another book written
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the works right now, but I'm always have my ears open and my mind and heart open, and just I'm putting my head down and doing my own stuff right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. And yeah, obviously, like you said, I always have projects going on. So for everyone listening, right now we actually just put our caregivers book on pre-order and already hit so many number ones and a few number twos on Amazon, different categories. And it's part of our Made to Overcome series. This is book number 5 in the series. So we did Made to Overcome Mental Health Edition 1 and 2. We did a single parenting edition, a chronic illness edition. Now we're doing a caregivers edition. So that's coming out a few weeks from now that we're recording this. So for people listening, this will be recorded the November 1st. And the book that the caregivers book is coming out November 28th. And then we have another book coming out for January 2nd. So just going to celebrate the new year. And it's called I Quit. And every chapter in that book will be every author will take a different angle, something that they decide to quit in their life so that they can achieve their full potential and enjoy life to the fullest. So it's so easy that in the beginning of the year, people set up these goals like they want to lose weight, they want to do this, they want to do that. And most of the time, it's not always because of what they want for themselves, because of what society wants for them, what they
Mm.
think people want them to do. And it's like, who sets the standard here? If we keep continue to follow someone's standard, we're gonna be miserable. So the whole purpose of I Quit is to literally help people kind of rethink, their New Year's resolution plans and
Mhm.
start to create a life that they enjoy from the inside out. So that's the new project that we're working on. But definitely after that, there's still more projects, and I know just where to find you as
Ah,
as they
good.
come
Oh,
along.
that I Quit sounds amazing. I can't wait to read that one. I think you
Yeah.
need to do like a chronic pain 2.0 because there's always, I would love to contribute to that one because that's been
Mm-hmm.
something that I've dealt with my whole life and have worked hard to deal with and overcome. So,
Yeah.
and I know that there's lots of women out there that always have inspiring stories to deal with
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
share. So,
Yeah, I'm totally thinking about that. Just like with the mental health edition, we are now already planning for mental health edition number three. I think we
mm,
will be doing a chronic illness number two.
mhm.
And so yeah, so stay tuned for that because if we do it, it's probably going to be out in February because we usually release those books on World Rare Disease Day, which is the last day of February, I believe. So I will have to kind of figure out, make a decision here shortly, quickly here in the next week or so, and
Yeah,
get those out so people can start writing. But yeah, I'll definitely make sure I send you info about that as soon as it's ready.
perfect. Yes.
Cool.
Wow.
So, what advice would you give new writers or new authors?
Oh, new writers and new authors. Well, I think you generally get into writing because you love it. And so if it's already a passion, you have probably been writing for most of your life and
Mm-hmm.
just keep writing. Like find that passion. Like Chu and I were like, we do nonfiction, but find whatever is your niche and just really just keep writing and keep writing. It's doing this collaboration project with you was such a pleasure and it
Mm-hmm.
made the process simple. Like I didn't have to go try to find a publisher. I didn't have to try to do any of that hard behind the scenes. All I did was have to write a write a chapter. And so I would suggest like find some sort of collaboration project that you're really passionate about. Like this one was We All Belong. And I was like, yes, I want to be a part of this one. So find something that you're passionate about and just go with that. Maybe start small. Don't try to think that you have to, have every piece of the publishing world figured out because in today's
Mm-hmm.
world, you don't really have to do that. You can find amazing lead authors like Shu herself and just go that way and start small and gain that confidence and you can just grow from there. Start blogging, anything to just keep writing.
Yeah, so true. Start small, keep writing, and definitely collaborate with others who align with what you're trying to achieve. That's even how I started. I got started was tugging along in different projects that I wanted to be part of, and then now the rest is history. I was just My daughter was asking me just yesterday or the day before, said, "Mom, so how many books now?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I lost count. I think we are like 24 now, and that's only in the past 2.5 years. So if I can
Wow.
do it, you can as well. And yes, a lot of those books are collaboration projects, and I have a few journals and workbooks in there. But and then there's actually there's a handful of ones that I've written on my own, but a lot of them are books like this, like the We All Belong, that I get this vision about this book. I'm like, this would be great to do with friends, and then I invite friends to be part of it. And I also have met many people through these projects who will tell me, it's like, oh my goodness, I always wanted to write a book. I didn't know where to start. And now that I've been part of your collaboration project, I feel like I'm motivated to continue, and now I have resources and I'm connected to you, and I have so many of them are just keep coming back. Even with We All Belong,
Yes.
I think there is at least almost half of us on there have half the ladies and that half of the authors of We All Belong collaborate with me before previously in one project or another. Some of them are
Mhm.
actually even published the books. And it's yeah, you don't have to do it alone. That's where I'm getting with this. You don't
Yes.
have to do it alone.
Yes. And you are just a master at bringing women together and helping other women get their own works published. And like, it's just like, that's what it's all about, is just, we're all better when we help each other out, and it's not about competition. And we just all can rise up when we put all of that aside and help each other. So, and
Yes.
it's like that with anything, not just publishing.
Right,
So
right. Totally agree on that. Awesome. Oh, I can sit here and talk to you all day long. But where can people find you? Like I know how to connect with you, but people out there who want to connect with
yes.
you to, keep on what you're writing or connect with you on the business side, maybe they need your
Yes,
services.
well, my business is called Bold Abundance Coaching. And so probably the easiest way is on Facebook, on just type in Bold Abundance Coaching, and that's me. My personal page, if you don't really want to do a business way, is just Rebecca Livingston Voros. So that's the best way to get me. So, and I love to just talk with people, and I do events as well,
Yes.
not right now, but hopefully when the world gets back to some sort of normal, when we can meet together again. But yeah, I just love connecting with people and seeing what people are up to, and making connections all over the world. So yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today and chatting about book writing and, the writer's life in general. And yeah, and definitely if we can be myself or my whole team, my business, if we can be of any support to you, feel free to reach out to us.
Oh, super. And same here. If you ever need Canadian connections, um, West Coast connections, just start with me and I will hook you up however I can.
Definitely. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, my friend. Good chatting
Yes,
with you.
thank you. Enjoy your Sunday.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.